What was once a dazzling dream, a new Galactico era, with Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. lighting up the Santiago Bernabeu, now teeters on the edge of a nightmare. Instead of the breathtaking combinations fans hoped for, Real Madrid supporters are watching a disjointed mess, frustrated glances, awkward passes, and a growing sense of unease. The humiliating 4-0 defeat to PSG in the Club World Cup wasn't just a loss. It was a siren blaring through the Spanish capital, exposing a harsh truth. Their two brightest stars may not be able to shine together. Now, newly appointed manager Xabi Alonso and the club's leadership are facing a critical dilemma, one that could define the next decade of Real Madrid. What do you do with Mbappe and Vinicius? Can their massive egos be balanced? Or is it time to make the unthinkable choice? Sacrifice one to save the whole. Talent is not the issue. Both players are generational. Mbappe, with 44 goals in his debut season, has proven himself worth every euro of his blockbuster transfer. Vinicius, despite not quite hitting the heights of his Ballon d'Or chasing form in 2024, remains one of the most electrifying dribblers on the planet. But here lies the tragedy. They're soloists, not symphony players. On the pitch, there's barely a flicker of chemistry. At times, one passes to the other not because it's the best option, but just to avoid accusations of selfishness. When the team needs connection, they seek isolation. What could have been a dynamic duo has become a tactical void. The loss to PSG made this glaringly obvious. With Mbappe, Vinicius, and Gonzalo Garcia leading the line, Madrid's attack looked dangerously unbalanced, overwhelmed by Luis Enrique's relentless pressing machine. Worse yet, neither Mbappe nor Vinicius contributes defensively. They stroll across the pitch, waiting for the ball to arrive so they can entertain. But in Xabi Alonso's modern football, that's a non-starter. His philosophy is crystal clear. No player is exempt from defending. Alonso's arrival just before the Club World Cup brought hope, but also pressure. That defeat, he said, taught me a lot. He's seen the root of the problem, unchecked egos and star syndrome eating away at the locker room. Luckily for Alonso, he has full backing from the board and President Florentino Perez. The message is loud and clear. Whatever Xabi wants, we support. That gives him carte blanche to launch a full-scale revolution, something Carlo Ancelotti never had the power to fully enforce. And the rebuild has already begun. Alonso is preparing for a summer shakeup. Names like Rodrygo, Brahim Diaz, and Dani Ceballos are reportedly on the chopping block. Rodrygo, in particular, pushed aside since Mbappe's arrival, is attracting serious interest from Arsenal and Liverpool, a sign that Madrid are serious about change. In this storm of uncertainty, managing the Mbappe-Vinicius dilemma will be the ultimate test of Xabi Alonso's authority and leadership. The Spanish tactician is expected to hold honest, one-on-one conversations with both stars. With Vinicius, the club wants answers. What's going on in his mind? Why the dip in form? And why hasn't he signed the contract extension yet? With Mbappe, the message is clear. The 2022 World Cup top scorer must follow instructions. He needs to press, run, and contribute off the ball. As journalist Edu Aguirre from El Chiringuito bluntly put it, Xabi Alonso will not stay silent. Those who work will play. Those who don't will sit. That's not a suggestion. It's a warning. The era of special treatment is over. Even club legend Vicente Del Bosque had a word of advice for his former pupil. A coach's duty is to accept players for who they are. If you like Mbappe, he has to play. If you like Vinicius, he has to play. But reality is harsher than theory. Playing them both from the start might be weakening the whole team. And it's not just pressure from the bench. The Bernabeu faithful are watching closely. Journalist Josep Pedrerol sounded the alarm. If fans see that same attitude from Mbappe and Vinicius this year, they'll be booed mercilessly. The Bernabeu won't tolerate another season of passengers on the pitch. The crowd in Madrid is famously ruthless. They'll lift you to the heavens one day and bury you the next if they feel betrayed by a lack of passion or effort. Adoration is never unconditional at the Bernabeu. All of this leaves Xabi Alonso walking a tightrope. He has two choices, both fraught with risk. The ideal solution: find a tactical system where both Mbappe and Vinicius thrive. Get them to buy into the collective mission, tone down their egos, and put the team first. Pull that off, and Madrid could become the most terrifying attacking force in world football. But it'll require charisma, emotional intelligence, and nerves of steel. The other option? Accept the irreconcilable differences, clashing positions, styles, attitudes, and make the toughest call of all. Let one go. But who? Mbappe, the marquee arrival expected to lead a new era? Or Vinicius, the longtime heart of the project, now stalling in development? Either decision would send shockwaves across the football world and within the soul of Madridistas. As the new season looms, tension at the Bernabeu is reaching boiling point. Every training session, every preseason friendly is being analyzed under a microscope. All eyes are on Xabi Alonso. Everyone's waiting to see how he solves the toughest puzzle of his young coaching career. The fate of Real Madrid, of Mbappe, of Vinicius hangs in the balance. The reckoning is coming,